Hi everybody, this is Sonia and welcome to my Stitch With Me video. I hope everybody has been well this last week here, and I hope that you're ready to stitch with me or crochet or knit, whatever it is that you do. I hope that you will enjoy yourself, get some coffee, tea, whatever you drink, and sit down and just relax for a few minutes. Today I'm working on intertwined squares. This is a pattern that I had won from Bendy Stitching Michelle Garrett. Really liking it. And these are the colors that I had chose for it. Some of them are called for, some of them are not, but these are the colors that I will be using on this pattern with this fabric. So I think it's going to look really pretty. So that's what I'm using. Today I think I had a lot of interest in my life out here on the farm and what I do and stuff, so I thought I'd kind of go over what I do for a few minutes while I'm stitching. I decided to add some stitches and stitch on those so I wouldn't have to be counting and stuff, because that really kind of throws me off when I'm doing these. So I had some stitches ready and I'm just crossing them so while I talk, so that makes it a little easier for me until I get used to this. So anyway, okay, I came out here in 2010. I have been a city girl all my life, and moving out here was a big adjustment. One of the biggest adjustments for me was that it was so quiet. I could not believe how quiet it was out here. I mean, there is no street noises. No street noises whatsoever out here. It is so quiet. So amazingly quiet out here. You know, you don't hear kids. You don't hear, you know, like I said, street noises. It's just quiet. You hear insects. You hear wildlife. But, you know, you don't hear any street sound. So that took a long time for me to get used to. I'm used to it now, though. So, and another thing that this you might find funny. I had really only seen sheep and lambs at the fairs. So when I moved out here and they were having babies, I noticed the babies had tails. So I said to my cousin, your lambs, you know, have tails. Do you have a different kind of sheep? And he said no. He goes, they're born with tails. He said when they get so old, we band the tails and they fall off, and that's, you know, why they don't have tails. So that's why when they go to the fair and you see them, they don't have tails, because they've been banded. So I learned that as well. Another thing that I learned is that I had to have an attitude change about that they sell their lambs for the 4-H or FFA. which is fine because now, you know, I've gotten adjusted to that. I understand that. So that they can show them at the fairs, and then the lambs and, you know, whatever else is at the fair, cows and whatever, they get auctioned off. And the kids will make money off of the sheep or whatever they're showing, and then those animals will get processed for meat. So at first I kind of did not like that idea, but you know, that's okay. That's what happens. It's happened for many, 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 many years. And, you know, I'm fine with that now. It's been a lot of years since I've lived here, like 7, 8 years, so I've adjusted to that. So that was another thing that was different for me. And as far as, like, I have learned, like, how much to feed them when they have to leave and when they're not here. I have been taught how to bottle feed the babies when they need to be bottle fed. Sometimes the moms just do not want to take care of their babies. They just do not. Especially like if they have been sick, they want to discard them, the moms do. Which is what they would do in the wild. If there was something, if they thought there was something wrong with their babies, they would just walk away from them. So, but here we try to save them, we bottle feed them, and try to bring them back to life as much as we can. And so I have learned how to do that. I've learned how to take care of chickens, which is easy. I didn't think, I used to think, oh my gosh, chickens, you know, you have to clean the thing and their coop and all of this, and it just seemed like a lot of work. But I was given 10 chickens by them when they left, and so now I have 10 chickens, and I absolutely love them. I go out and talk to them and, you know, give them treats and stuff to eat and get my eggs and just, yeah, I really, really enjoy them. And that's something I never thought I would do. So I've got 10 chickens now. And the coop that I had showed maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago that was being in the process, he finally finished that a few months ago. And I have all the chickens on my side of the property now. And I will be doing a video showing the coop and showing my chickens. So be watching for that. I will be doing that. Let me see. That's all that they have ever really had is sheep, chickens, and yeah, that's it. It's a small farm. I think they've got, at one point they had like 10 ewes and they had, I think, 2 rams. They are down to like 1 ram and 5 ewes. And 3 of those ewes had babies this last time. And 1 of them had to be bottle fed out of those. So, and they just lost the matriarch. She was 10, 11 years old. She was really, really old, and she finally died, and so my son had to help bury her and stuff, so that was kind of sad for them. She was really like the mother of all the ewes out there. So, and yeah, when I came out here with my little dog Holly that you've seen before. The older dog Shadow, came out with me. My cat Bella, that you have seen walking through some of my videos. The last video that I made, the cross stitch and the crochet video, she walked up behind me and laid behind me, and I didn't even notice that she was there. But yeah, so she came with me. And yeah, I've just really had a nice time, very peaceful. I wouldn't give it up for anything now. Now that I've been out here, the peace and quiet, it's just so relaxing. To get away from the hustle and bustle of city life and just to come out 4 miles. It makes all the difference in the world. So that is how I came out here, and that's how I got started out here. Just a little thing. Yeah. So there was another comment on one of my subscribers, and maybe you guys can help me with this. She said that she uses DMC needles, and if anybody has any comments, please leave them in the comments below explaining anything that you can, and if she's watching this video, then she can see your comments. She said she has DMC needles that she uses, and she has found through using the needles that they are pulling on the thread, that they're kind of rough, and they don't seem to be going through her fabric smoothly. And she was wondering if she was doing something wrong, or if the needles are bad, if she got a bad pack of needles. Have any of you had this problem with the DMC needles being rough or not wanting to go through your fabric smoothly? If you can leave any comment down below for her on that, and maybe give her some suggestions of what needles are good, what needles she might possibly be using instead. I do a lot of kits, and so the majority of the needles that I use the ones that come in the kits, because it seems like to me the ones that are in the kits were made for the kits, if that makes sense. I don't know, like they go through the fabric really easily. They don't leave like the big holes like some. If you use the wrong size needle, you get like this big hole when you put your needle through. So I always just use the needles that come with the kits for the majority of the thing. So that's why I said I don't really know about DMC because I haven't used DMC. So if anybody has any suggestions for her, or has any other needles that might be good, or let her know if she did get a bad package of needles or something, that would be great. Just leave them in the comments down below. So anyway, I think that is all that I am going to do for this time. I'm feeling a little more confident about it. I think next week I do have a tag set up. It is the Stitching Style tag. It's from Pam's Crafty Corner. I think next week I will do that for you guys. And I just want to show you. There's the A. I got all of that put in right there. So, yeah, that's what I accomplished today. It's very light, but it is there. And I think this is going to be so pretty when it gets done. So anyway, thank you guys so much for spending this few minutes with me. I do appreciate it. And like I said, I will be continuing to work on this as my Stitch With Me piece. Excuse me, until it's done. And this is also my Monday project that I work on for 2 days. So you will see more of it done on my next video. So anyway, thank you again for coming and hanging out with me. And I hope you were able to stitch a little bit and or knit, crochet, whatever it is that you do. And I hope that you were just able to relax and enjoy listening to me talk about my country life. So once again, thank you, and I will see you next week. Have a good week.